you ever just look around and feel like things are disconnected? You know? From the chaos in politics to the real struggles happening inside our schools, it just feels like something's not quite right. Well, today, we're going to dig into this really powerful idea that links our fractured world with a brand new crisis in the classroom. All right, let's jump in.
So, what do these three things have in common? I know, it sounds like the start of a really weird joke, right? But these aren't just random, chaotic headlines. They're all symptoms of something much deeper, a breakdown in how we connect with our world, our government, and, each other. And you're about to see how this exact breakdown is hitting education in a way nobody saw coming.
So first, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. We're living in a world that feels more and more extreme, where the systems we thought we could count on seem to be, breaking.
And it starts with something so basic, we all get it. The weather. This isn't just someone complaining about the cold. Think about it. A 132-year-old record shattered. That's not just a chilly day, it's a sign that the basic, predictable patterns of our world are seriously out of whack.
And it's not just the weather. The systems we've built ourselves are just as unstable. I mean, just let this sink in for a second. The people responsible for landing planes safely, working for over a month for free because of politics. It shows you just how much stress our society is under.
So what's at the root of all this dysfunction? Well, the source material points to one thing: tribalism. It's not about debating ideas anymore, is it? It's about your team winning, period. It's this zero-sum us versus them game. And that kind of thinking doesn't just stay in Washington. It spills out and infects everything.
And boom, here it is. In the middle of all that noise and division, this one simple question just cuts through everything. It's the perfect pivot, right? It forces us to stop talking about systems and sides and remember what's at the center of it all: actual human beings.
Okay, so now let's take all that chaos and drop it right into the classroom. Because a powerful new force, artificial intelligence, is showing up, and it's forcing a conversation that, frankly, is decades overdue.
Turns out AI is basically revealing this giant split in how we even think about education. On one side, you've got this UT report saying, hey, let's just make a few small changes, evolution, not revolution. But then you have this other major group, the OECD, saying, nope, the time has come to tear it down. The old factory model of school is broken. The gap between those two ideas is huge.
So why are people suddenly calling for a revolution? Well, because of tools like Google's Notebook LM. The things this tech can do sound like straight-up science fiction. You can give it a 200-page document and just ask it to create a podcast about it, with different voices, or make a slideshow, or just explain it like I'm 5. The speakers in our source literally called it magical. Of course, all this incredible power comes with a pretty dark side. One speaker showed how you can now give an AI agent your username and password, and it will just log into your school's website and take your quizzes for you. I mean, think about that. It creates a terrifying new problem.
And that brings us to the absolute core of this whole thing. The problem isn't the AI. The fact that AI can do all our work for us actually shines a giant spotlight on a very old, very human problem we've been ignoring for a long, long time. This is the question that's keeping educators up at night, right? If an AI can get you an A on the test, what's the point of learning anything? We might have accidentally created a way to completely bypass education itself. So what on earth do we do about it?
Well, here's the big idea. The opposite of cheating isn't what you think. It's not just doing the work or having integrity. The real opposite of cheating is connection. It's about building a classroom where students feel so seen and supported that the whole idea of cheating just disappears.
Because let's be real, kids don't cheat because they're bad people. They cheat because they feel invisible, or because the pressure is crushing them, or because they're insecure and feel like they can't possibly succeed. See? These are human problems, not tech problems, and they need a human solution.
But here's where the story takes a fascinating turn. This crisis of disconnection, it's not just about the students. It turns out the teachers, the very people we need to create these connections, are often stuck in a system that does the exact opposite.
This part of the discussion was honestly, it was shocking. An administrator asked her teachers to do something that's totally normal in other jobs, just share videos of their lessons so they could help each other get better. And the response? They filed a formal complaint with the union. Over that?
What that story really uncovers is this deep, ingrained culture in education that's all about isolation. You know the old idea that a teacher closes their classroom door and that room is their own private kingdom. It makes the very idea of collaboration feel like a threat instead of a lifeline.
And all of this, the tribalism, the AI, the isolation, it all forces us to ask the one question that really matters, the big one. What is all of this for? What is the point of education anyway?
And it really all boils down to two completely different answers. Is education a collaborative project for the common good, meant to lift all of us up together? Or is it just a tool, a weapon, to make sure you get ahead, that you do better than the person sitting next to you? Your answer to that question changes absolutely everything.
And if you want to see where that second philosophy leads, here it is, $75,000 a year. When education is just a product you buy to get an advantage, its success is measured by profit. You're not just buying knowledge, you're buying a leg up on everyone else. It's the ultimate form of educational tribalism.
So that leaves us with this final thought. In a world where a machine can write the essay, solve the math problem, and pass the test, what is actually left for us humans to learn? Maybe, just maybe, the most important lesson of all is the one thing the AI can't ever do: learning how to connect with, understand, and truly care for each other. Maybe that's not just the opposite of cheating. Maybe that's the whole point.